So, today we're going to be doing a VOD review for the real MortemODeus. Yeah, we have a 2156 SR. He's going to be playing Tracer, Oasis, all that good stuff. So, yeah, turn this down just a bit. Let's skip ahead. Now, I have seen this VOD before, and I do know some of the problems. It looks really dark here. I do know some of the problems that you were making before. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Alright, so this is good. You go here and you call out what they have to your team. Yeah, I mean, you know, good start. You should be shooting though at this point. You want to be flanking and attacking them. So like you waste a lot of time, and you just like most of this VOD, you end up just like sitting behind walls and stuff. You know what I mean? When you could be spending a lot more of your time shooting at people.
Genji's on me.
But yeah, so nothing's really happening right now. You guys capture the point fairly painlessly. You didn't really help out too much, but you know, that's okay. You still got the point. I think you should spend more of your time shooting though, like just spamming and all that good stuff. Because like right here, you're not doing anything, and you don't have to play back because you're not a slow character. You know what I mean? Roadhog has to play like kind of on the point, but you can play like out here by the house because you're so mobile. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, so right now you should not have used that pulse bomb. Your whole team is dead, so you didn't really have a chance of winning that. Like it was just you versus all of them. So using that pulse bomb just wasted an ultimate that your team could have used later. I mean, pulse bombs come back quickly, but you know, you want to avoid wasting it like that because there's just no point. You know what I mean? Even if you had killed that Roadhog, your team would have had to wait for you while you're respawning. So you know. Try to hold your ult, be a little bit more stingy. Plus, you used it on his Zarya shield anyway, but you know, not much you can do about that sometimes. Okay, this is good. Okay, you need to work on your tracking pretty badly. Your aim needs some like improvement in general, and stop jumping so much. When you jump, you make your movement a lot more obvious to the enemy, right? Because if you watch my mouse cursor over here, your movement's always going to be like this. You know what I mean? But if you A and D spam, it can go like wherever. You know what I mean? So it's a lot less predictable because if you jump, you're always going to just go like this. Unless you're Genji, who can like strafe in the air and shit. But you can't do that. You're Tracer. You know what I mean? So you want to A and D spam and then use your blink when you think something's going to hit you. But you know, if you're just jumping over and over again, you're not moving efficiently, I guess, or like maybe not efficiently, but you're not moving like trickily, I guess. So spend more time A and D spamming and less time jumping. That's unfortunate. I don't know, that Roadhog kind of fucked up. I don't know how he didn't kill you, but you're about to have pulse bomb, so you know, we'll see how that goes. So if I were you, I'd be getting in position to flank right now. You're spending like a lot of time just like doing nothing, you know what I mean? Like you're just like, you run around here and then you run around the point and then whatever. You can play like on the other side over there and be able to get out using your blinks. You don't have to play so like back because you're not doing damage and you're not helping your team by doing that, you know? That's an easy pulse bomb right there. Yep, nice. Good stuff. Good job. I mean, you know, you died there because you didn't turn around and see the Pharaoh shooting at you. But you know, look right here. Medals don't usually mean anything, but the fact that you don't even have a damage medal, you probably saw it right there. That means that you're not being like enough of a nuisance. You know, your job is to be putting out damage as Tracer and flanking people, right? Like, if you had, like, gold elims, that'd be different, because then maybe you're just, like, getting lots of cleanup, but, I mean, you need to be doing more damage, which, the problem is that you're just not, like, you're not flanking them enough. I guess right there you're just going for point stalls, so it doesn't really matter. Your team should back up now though, because they're going to feed them ult if they don't.
If you die, I'm trying to get red. Never mind.
So yeah, you shouldn't be fighting this. You should just back up honestly and just wait. Like you don't have to force the issue here. Okay, but see, your team is in right here and they're starting to get picks, so you should be coming in now. You know what I mean? But you kind of just stand around here for a little too long. Okay, now you should be backing out. But, you know.
Group up on point, I can res.
Okay, there was a call for the res. So you should be dying. You should be dying. There you go. Okay, perfect. When you're going for a res fight like that, you want to die like quicker, you know? If you think you can finish a kill, you can obviously like not die for a second, but remember your Mercy has to res before your teammates respawn. So you want to die before that happens. Alright, you should just go for a pulse bomb here. The first person you see. No, you missed, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so that round, your production, like your productivity was not good. You need to do more like spam damage, you need to be fighting more, all of that stuff. You were kind of spending a lot of time just like sitting back or like sitting on the point and not really fighting them. You can't be doing that. You gotta like remember you're pretty much the most mobile character in the game, right? So you gotta be like in their face, or you know, at least being a nuisance to them and abusing your movement to get out of situations that other characters couldn't get out of. You know what I mean? Like overextending for you is way further than overextending for a Roadhog, you know, because Roadhog can't get away, but you have your triple teleport, your rewind, all that stuff. So yeah, you want to always be doing damage and always be a nuisance to the enemy team. But yeah. Okay, so you predicted the hook there, good. You got his hook out. I would force the issue on that Roadhog since you got his hook out of him, because you can get ult charge off of him and pressure him a lot right now. Alright, you got his hook out again. You should keep fighting here. Yep, you're doing good. Bad pathfinding there, but that's okay. Alright, you killed the Mercy. You should be on the Roadhog. You need heals. You should be saying in the microphone, heal our tracer or something along those lines. Sorry. But, yeah. Oh. Rip, you missed. That's okay though. Ana's kind of hard to hit with Pulse Bomb. Personally, I like saving my Pulse Bomb for the tanks, because you can like one clip them and then Pulse Bomb them, and they will, like pretty much any character in the game will die. So that's why I like using my Pulse Bombs for. But you can use it to also get an opening pick and stuff like that, depending on what the deal is. Oh. Did you blink there? I thought you did. Okay, so right here is an example of what I was talking about earlier. You jumping like makes you an easy target. Even though this Roadhog's right in front of you, right? If you had like if you would hold your A key and then press D, you maybe could have juked his hook out, or you could have just blinked, which is probably what you should have done. You had a blink up, so like, I don't know. You probably should have just blinked as soon as you saw that Roadhog was so close, because, you know, yeah, but either way, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Your Mercy should have double res there, but also that it's not about them, it's about you, so. Okay. Alright, this is, you are wasting, like, you're being so useless right now by sitting there. You should be spamming something, shooting something, getting information, doing something other than just, like, standing around, you know what I mean? Because by standing here, you're not gaining anything. I get that you're waiting for your teammates to group up, right? Like, that makes sense. But you can do so while also putting out damage and gaining ult charge, you know what I mean? You don't have to just be standing here doing nothing, because I mean, they're spamming, so if they hit their shots, they're gonna be getting ult charge faster than you. which is a big deal in this game. Okay, good. You're shooting the Winston now. Okay, you need to stop jumping, man. Honestly, if it helps you, just unbind your space key. Like, take away your jump key, and then just, like, play without it on Tracer. Because, man, like, jumping up and down like this is gonna make you such an easy target. Okay, you're doing good in this fight, by the way. You need to get closer to that Winston.
Please kill this.
There you go. Okay. Yep. It's a cap. So you should be fighting like that, but you should try to do it like all the time. You know what I mean? Like, always be flanking and just being generally annoying. Like, you need to work on your damage output. When there's like, look, there is no reason for you to not shoot at this Roadhog at all. You know, like, sure, you could make the argument you feed their supports ult, right? But at the same time, you're gaining ult of your own, so like, you know, and you're gonna gain more ult for your shots than their supports will. I don't know. It's just like, there's no reason to not be spamming the enemies right here and like providing pressure, because, you know, right now what you're doing is you're allowing them to push with full health on every target. You know, like, if you don't shoot them before the fight initiates, then they're just gonna have full health every fight. You know, you should be, yeah, okay. You should honestly have stuck that Roadhog. Oh no. Oh no, that was not good. You need to work on your pulse bomb aim. Looks like you're missing a lot of them now. Get that Ana. I think your jumping is actually messing your aim up too. Because it doesn't look like your hand... Yeah, you're not syncing your hands together, like your movement keys with your mouse movement. Okay, those are good blinks. Oh, rip.
Oh, Genji's on me. I'm down. Genji's below.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. You know, I feel like you should be looking around more often. Like, just making sure you're aware of your surroundings, you know? You were shooting the Winston, and then you were shooting the Genji, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's actually okay to die right there, I guess. You didn't see him and you were shooting at an ulting Genji, so yeah. But just try to be more aware of what's around and what players will be coming back soon and stuff. That'll help you in those sorts of situations. Alright, you have your pulse on again. You should just stick that Mercy if you can. Well, oh no. Damn, rip, man. Well, hopefully you get this res. Okay, yeah, you get the res. Alright, so pick one target and be persistent. Okay, nice. You got the Mercy. Now pick a new target and be persistent. That's usually what you want to do in this game. Is you want to pick one target, focus it down, kill it, and just move on and rinse and repeat. It'll make it so like targets aren't up for longer in the fight that can do damage. You know what I mean? It's all about the numbers game. You know, like making the game a 5 versus 6 is like, it makes it way easier for your team. You're gonna have your pulse bomb soon. As soon as you get it, you should probably stick the Winston because he has so much health. Like, you know, the Mei will die. Winston, okay, he's gonna die too. Now you should stick the Roadhog. He's gonna die. Stick the Ana. You know, you want to use your pulse bomb at some point here. Like, even if you aren't sure you're gonna hit something, just toss it out because this is like the final fight. You know what I mean? There's no reason to like save that. So just be like aware of that. Like when you're in that final fight right there, and they're like obviously losing, there's no reason to save your ults. You know what I mean? You should just pop them so that they don't have a chance. But yeah, skip ahead a bit. Okay. Usually as Tracer, I don't go up on the lift immediately. I like fight things that try to go on the lift. Oh wow, that Genji almost melted you. If he had meleeed, you would have died there. Okay, I don't know. You should be shooting them right now. Like, this is another example I was talking about, like not being productive, right? Like you shoot, like what, that diva like 8 times or something, and look, like you're literally here just like meleeing glass. Like, you need to get in. You know what I mean? Okay. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, just like, you know, the beginning of that fight was a little bit iffy, but it looks like you're starting to bring it back. Oh, rip. But it's okay. You almost have your ult now, so pretty soon you'll be able to use that. So you got some good ult charge off of that fight, which means you did a decent amount of damage. But you know, again, early on in the fight, you want to be spamming, and that was like kind of unacceptable for you to just be standing up there like meleeing glass. That was not good. You want to always be shooting, man.
I may have over-regret a little bit.
Okay, just need to work on your aim a little bit here. Aim's not the greatest, but alright, like there's no reason for you to not shoot that Junkrat either. Like, he should be getting attacked by you. Okay, getting heals. Alright. You should honestly be putting pressure on their backline when that's happening. Like, go after the Ana, because the Ana's gonna be like shooting the Genji and healing him, you know? So you can like, oh man. This Roadhog's destroying you, man. You gotta be more aware of him. It looks like he's trying to focus you. So you gotta make like a mental note of that. And respond accordingly, you know what I mean? Whether that's focusing him in the beginning of the fight, which is something that you can definitely do, or, you know, just playing like away from him and stuff like that. You can, there are ways to stop him from just destroying you like that. Alright, right here, again, this is not what you want to do. For like a solid, like for at least a solid 10 seconds, you're doing absolutely nothing. I mean, I guess you have your pulse bomb, so it's like okay, but you know, you want to be like you want to be putting pressure on the enemy, you know what I mean? Like, even if you're like, look, your team's all over here, right? You want to put pressure on the enemy team, because otherwise they're just gonna spam your team for free. Okay, you guys now have a pick. You should go for a pulse bomb. Oh man. You need to work on your pulse bomb aim. But that's alright. Oh, 2 of your team died to that diva ult. That was good. You didn't really need to rewind there. Yeah, I don't know. There was some poor rewinding and teleporting in that particular fight. But like, I don't know. Oh, man, let me turn this down a bit. But you know, you kind of got unlucky because they have a Junkrat trap there. But like, look right here. Like, again, you're doing nothing by just standing on that wall. You know, you want to start shooting them. Get some ult charge, put some pressure. Like, do stuff like that right there. Like, you got like 7% ult charge from just like body shotting that diva for like a half clip, you know? Like, look at all the ult charge you're getting. You already have your ult now, so you can like initiate the fight now. Oh, okay, you gotta be careful there, man. You almost killed your Zenyatta with that, but you end up killing the Genji. Okay, going after the diva. Generally, I like to focus whoever. Okay, nice. I like to focus whoever is discorded. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just kind of for obvious reasons, but look at how much ult charge you already have. This is why Tracer's ult is crazy. You have 37% ult charge, and you literally just use your ult. That's why I'm saying you need to just be spamming, because she can get like hella pulse bombs just by like spamming. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to just shoot. Like, look, there's 15% ult. You know, there's 5% ult. It's crazy. There's no reason for you to not be shooting people.
Stay back.
But yeah. Weird. I didn't know you could blink while doing that, but whatever.
I'm gonna go hide. I'm gonna go up on the platform.
See, you want to be flanking. You want to be doing something. I think that's your biggest problem right now is your lack of productivity. Oh, rip.
Oh my god.
But yeah, your lack of productivity is kind of what's like messing your game up here. Alright, you're getting rezzed, so you're gonna want to ult like a tank. Like that Roadhog would be good. He's gonna walk right onto it. Nice. What a genius. Okay. Yep, see, while they're Genji's ulting, you focus their backline. This is exactly what you want to do. Get that Lucio, good. That was good. Now you want to go for the Genjis. Nano's about to be up. Okay, Genji's gonna die. Alright. And that's that. So, some things to note. Here, let me open up Overwatch real quick. And I'll show you kind of how your movement should look. But your productivity wasn't the greatest. That needs to be worked on. You need to be consciously doing something at all times. Like never have a moment where you're just like, you know, sitting around staring at a wall or whatever. Especially as DPS, you know, practice range. But yeah, other than that, I mean, you know, it's just basic stuff like tracking and things like that. But like. See, your movement's like this, right? You're like jumping the whole time. That's not good, right? Because it makes you an easy target for people who want to just like hook you or, you know, shoot you with something or whatever, right? So what you want to do instead is you want to have like some A and D spam, you know what I mean? Like this, because it makes you less predictable, you know? And it's easier to like keep your crosshair centered. Especially because when you're jumping, you're not syncing your movements at all, right? Like, for example, so what I mean when I say you didn't sync your hand motions earlier is if I'm moving left, if I'm moving left, I'm gonna move my mouse to the right. You know what I mean? That way my crosshair stays centered, and vice versa for when I'm moving to the right. You know, just like this. If you're not syncing your hand motions together, then your aim's gonna end up looking like this. You know what I mean? You're gonna have aim like this because you're gonna move one way and you're gonna have to flick to readjust because they're not synced. Whereas if you have them synced, it's going to be like this. It ends up working way better, you know? So, but when you jump, like, your aim is going to look like this because you're not syncing it up, you know what I mean? It's like going to go above them or like off to the side or whatever. And I think that's like really messing up your aim right now. So, remember A and D spam is better. You know, use your blink when you think you're about to get hit by something. And don't forget to sync your, like, don't forget to adjust for your blink in your aiming too. You know, so like when I blink to the right, I'm gonna flick to the left a little bit, stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, production, you don't want to be standing at a wall like this, okay? You want to be doing something like this, you know? Like even at this distance, look at my ult meter, okay? Watch, like if I'm just shooting that bot over there, I gained 8% ult. Look, I gained 11% ult. I gained 6%, you know? Like, you can gain so much ult charge by spamming. There's like literally no reason not to, you know? So, yeah. Just like kind of do this little number right here where you shoulder peek, you spam them, and then if they start shooting at you, you back up, you can shoulder peek from the other side. Things like that, right? Always be doing something. Never have a period of time where you're just standing here like this, you know? Because like you're not doing anything. You're just like sitting around being useless, you know? You don't want that. But that's about it. So to summarize, be more productive, never be doing nothing. Work on your pulse bombs, sync your hand motions so that you can get them like in like order. That way you know how to like adjust your aim while moving. And don't jump when you're moving, just A and D, okay? You'll find that your game ends up way better if you just follow those simple things. Of course, you know, there's always, you need to always be improving your aim. There's never a point where I think anyone should reach that they're like, oh yeah, my aim's like perfect. I don't want to get my aim any better. You know what I mean? So, yep, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps. Bye bye for now.